From being an unranked prospect to assaulting a 17-year-old.
And you're talking about like basketball player Ja Morant.
Basketball player.
Okay, like Memphis Grizzly Ja Morant.
Grizzly Ja Morant, yeah.
So grown man just hit you in the face.
Yeah.
He's an interesting player with some crazy stories. So these are the 10 things you didn't know about Ja Morant. You know what they say, the shinier the smile, the better the basketball player, right? That's probably why Ja decided to rock a custom diamond grill at the 2022 NBA All-Star Media Day. No big deal, just a little something he got made by legendary jeweler Johnny Dang. Oh, and the price tag? A mere $35,000. But hey, when you're an NBA All-Star, you might as well show off your success, one tooth at a time. Besides, it's not like Ja's the only one with bling teeth. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Brandon Clark also decided to join the Diamond Grill Club. But these diamond grills weren't the only things Ja was splurging on. Because what do you do when you sign a 5-year, $200 million contract? Go on a shopping spree, of course. And not just any shopping spree, we're talking about buying not one, but 2 Rolls Royces. The Dawn and the Cullinan, each worth almost $500,000. You know, for those days when you just can't decide which luxury car to drive. And what's a millionaire without a swanky pad? Ja bought a $3 million mansion right across the street from his parents because, you know, family is important. Plus, it's always nice to have mom's home-cooked meals within walking distance.
Look at my crib. Hey, Pops, we neighbors now.
And he should be happy, because there's no way Ja would have made enough bank to buy these things if he was playing golf. NBA players and their love affair with golf in the offseason. Take Mike Conley Jr. and J.R. Smith, for example. They just can't get enough of those greens. But Memphis's shining star, Ja Morant, yeah, not so much. During this year's tourney, a video surfaced showcasing Morant's impressive golf swing. Spoiler alert, it was far from impressive. In fact, it was downright pitiful, missing the ball twice and looking absolutely pathetic while doing it. It's hard to believe this guy's a professional athlete. But hey, we all have our off days, right? Except, in Morant's case, his golf form is so Charles Barkley level bad, it's almost an art form in itself. Swing and a miss, Ja, swing and a miss. But golf isn't the only embarrassing sports-related thing about Ja, because he was having a tough time dunking in high school. Morant, the absolute beast of an athlete that he is, might shock you with a little secret. His jaw-dropping explosiveness was more of a late bloom. You'd think a top prospect like him would be slam dunking since middle school, right? Wrong. Ja couldn't even manage a proper dunk until the summer before his senior year of high school. Talk about a glow-up. Before then, I'd probably get 1 dunk out of 25 tries, Morant admits. In high school, he was just your average short, slow guard, so maybe we should ease up on those poor, misguided recruiting services and top-level scouts.
I was worried about his athleticism, because he wasn't dunking. So that's when I got the big tractor tire in the backyard. So after every drill, I had him jumping on it 25 times. And then after that, the bounce got crazy.
Who could have predicted this transformation? Oh, and let's not forget his massive leap during college. It's like the guy's got springs in his shoes now. You'd expect a little more from a guy who's had basketball running in his family for generations. Ja's old dad T actually shared the court with the legendary Jesus Shuttlesworth himself back at Hillcrest High School in Dalzell, South Carolina. Both players went on to rock the college basketball world. Allen, quite predictably, at UConn, before an insane 18-year NBA career, and T at the prestigious Clafton University in Orangeburg, South Carolina. But T's basketball journey didn't end there. Post-college, T strutted his stuff on the international circuit and even tried out for the NBA. But just as he was about to hit the big time, life threw a curveball. T's wife got pregnant with none other than our beloved Ja. And so, embracing his new role as a family man, T traded his basketball shoes for a pair of scissors and became a barber. Because hey, someone's gotta put food on the table, right? And for a while, it looked like Ja wasn't going to make it in professional basketball either because of his ranking as a prospect. The ever-flawed art of ranking high school prospects. So close, yet so far. Take Zion Williamson, for example, who barely scraped into the top 3 according to most recruiting services. And don't even get me started on how they missed the boat entirely on Morant. I mean, really? None of those bigwigs, 24/7 Sports, ESPN, or Rivals had Morant on their radar. Can you believe it? The guy played AAU ball with Williamson, was a high school star, and still couldn't even snag a measly 2-star recruit title. I guess he just wasn't special enough, huh? But fate, in all its mysterious glory, had other plans for Ja. A bizarre series of events ultimately led him to his college stomping grounds, where he showed everyone just what they'd been missing. This isn't even the craziest thing when you realize that Ja was a total accident. In a classic tale of stumbling upon a hidden gem, Racer's assistant James Kane was on a mission, a snack mission that is, at a camp when he caught sight of Morant absolutely dominating a 3-on-3 game in some random side gym. Because, you know, that's how talent gets discovered. One thing led to another, and faster than you can say serendipity, Kane dialed up Murray State coach Matt McMahon, and Morant found himself with a scholarship offer.
I ordered some Doritos and a soda. I was able to hear the balls bouncing in the auxiliary gym.
Ended up peeking his head in the gym and was watching for a couple minutes. I guess that's when he seen me.
Just a few minutes of watching Ja, you just knew he was special. I called my boss right away and said, "You got to come up here and see this kid."
We immediately got to Spartanburg the next day, and I was just blown away by his total game.
Sure, he had South Carolina, Duquesne, Maryland Eastern Shore, Wofford, and South Carolina State wooing him too. But it was during a cozy dinner at McMahon's house in September 2016 that Morant pledged his allegiance to Murray State. And thus, everyone at Murray State rejoiced, forever grateful for that faithful snack break that changed the course of their basketball program. Snack on, my friends, snack on. They're probably grateful for the accident because it paid off better than a lottery winner with a shit ton of debt. Murray State isn't exactly a college basketball powerhouse, but our boy Morant managed to drag them to the NCAA tourney not once, but twice. You know, because he's just that good. They were given the oh-so-generous 12th seed both times. The first time they had the honor of losing to West Virginia in the first round. But hey, Morant scored a solid 14 points on 5 for 10 shooting. Not bad, right? Then in his sophomore year, they actually won the OVC tournament title and trounced Marquette 83-64. Our little superstar was on fire, scoring 17 points, dishing out 16 assists, and grabbing 11 rebounds, all while barely breaking a sweat.
The tournament's 2 leading scorers, and hammers it home! It's a jaw jam! Races past Marquette.
Unfortunately, the fairy tale ended in the second round with a crushing 90-62 loss to Florida State. Morant did score 28 points though, so at least he went out with a bang. After that, he declared for the draft faster than you can say NBA contract.
Talking with my family, we decided that I'll be declaring for the 2019 NBA draft.
And went straight into individual workouts to prepare for the big leagues. And we can only assume he's been avoiding golf courses like the plague ever since. You can only achieve this kind of success if you have a strict routine, and Ja definitely does. So, you know how people love to throw around cliches about athletes with great work ethics? Well, with Morant, it's not just talk. It's like he's trying to give Giannis Antetokounmpo a run for his money or something. His high school coach, Dwayne Edwards, who, by the way, also had the pleasure of coaching Ray Jesus Shuttlesworth Allen, couldn't stop gushing about Ja. Edwards was like, Ja would practice with me, then he'd go home and practice with his daddy after practice, because one session just wasn't enough. He added, you couldn't open the gym enough for Ja Morant. You couldn't open it enough. Coach, can you open the gym this Sunday? Can you ask Coach Brown? We'd finish up, then he'd go to the backyard with his daddy and shoot some more. I mean, seriously, someone give this kid an award for being the most dedicated gym rat ever. But sometimes what they say about gym rats isn't entirely far from the truth, because Ja apparently has some aggressive tendencies. So get this, there were these juicy details about a little kerfuffle during a pickup basketball game at Morant's place. You know, just your average hot-headedness boiling over. leading to Morant allegedly assaulting a 17-year-old boy and menacing him with a gun tucked in his pants.
And you're talking about like basketball player John Morant.
Basketball player.
Okay, like Memphis Grizzly John Morant.
Grizzly John Morant, yeah.
So a grown man just hit you in the face.
Yeah.
Casual, right? Morant being the hero in his own story. Instead, he was just defending himself. He even said the team was all like, "I'm gonna come back and light this place up like fireworks." Yikes! But Morant's agent, Jim Tanner, brushed it all off. Unsubstantiated rumors and gossip, spread by people who just want to make a quick buck off tarnishing Ja's squeaky clean reputation. How noble. The NBA, meanwhile, played it cool, not confirming whether they had already investigated the incident or planned to snoop around in the future. You know, just keeping it casual and mysterious. If you liked finding out some of these things about Ja Morant, you're going to love subscribing to the channel. Because if you don't, Shaq is personally going to come to your house and steal your basketballs.